scenario of the cash flow mismatch, like it did
Yes.
in the thermal business also, which would be very, very, very detrimental for large investors for sure, especially in solar, because the entire money is front end loaded in capital, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
clear. So I think that's a very valid point. And also the fact that while Karnataka, as you rightly said, is a very, very nice place to be, your experience has been very good. The charges they can have a relook at is the second takeaway. Yeah,
Right.
again.
Right.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
Thanks. Manoj also mentioned about the fact that he's changing over into robotic cleaning, and that brings into the next subject seamlessly. Operation and maintenance of a solar power plant gains more and more importance as the quantity of the assets that are put in any country keeps on increasing. In the very early days, monitoring of the plant and the access of the data was highly limited. The EPC contractors used to end up doing it more out of compulsion for the first few years. And
Right.
then the owners used to handle it on their own. Ashok DM, who is the chairman of Enerman Technologies, he is here to speak about this entire subject of remote monitoring systems, SCADA, data analytics for operation and maintenance, and how that could help the investors. So Ashok, over to you.
Thanks, Santosh. Thanks, Anand, for bringing all of us together in the COVID days, quickly adapting from physical meeting to the web meetings. I think it is all nice to connect with all of you, Narsimhan sir, Srinivasappa, Ravi Kumar, Manoj. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Uh, as I am in solar from past 10 years. I started as a Avi Solar, and we have been handling a O&M from past 10 years over the 2 gigawatt of cumulative capacity. So we know all the pains of on-site O&M activity, as Santosh said, sometimes forced by EPC, but plant owners are not expertise in handling this. This is their investment proposal. That's where professional like us, we got into the O&M business. And in 2015-16, we are handling around, say, 300-400 megawatt with that time there was a luxury where people spend more money on the on-site, where we are handling one of the case 50 megawatt in Madhya Pradesh. I have put 4 engineers and 8 technicians. So every day they have to send a DGR. For that, there are 10 inverter room and almost like 50 inverters. Technicians, I used to send a 5-6 technician. After 6 o'clock, once day is done, enter the value in the notebook. They take 1 hour. Then all engineers wait at the control room, come back and enter in the Excel sheet. And this would take sometimes 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. After starting their day with a 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, this was the pain our on-site O&M team was going through. Then we felt this is something wrong. Our expert guys cannot be spending time in entering the data. What for they are entering? The DGR is required because the plant was not remotely accessible from the expert is sitting in a headquarters. They need the data to analyze and take a global picture on how it is performing, what is they can do to improve the performance of the plant. This was a scenario in 2015-16. Then we felt, let us build the tool which can generate, say, this DGR in a click of a button. And collection of data is a very key for any kind of analytics to know the performance of not only the plant energy generation, but every equipment performance. Then only you can take corrective actions to improve the yield. So we started developing this starting from 2017 onwards, and now I'm very happy where we have the product which will generate a DGR by click of a button. So the effort of almost like 5-6 technicians for a 50 megawatt size for 1 or 2 hours, and 2 expert engineer, apart from they handling on-site PM activity, breakdown, if anything happens, they have to stay back in the off, say when off the generation period from starting 6 to 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock, then they have to get back. These are the pain. We saved it now by SCADA, by click of a button. The data collection happens throughout, and they can generate a DGR, sent sharply by, say, 6 o'clock to the client or plant owners who is looking for this. Is the problem ends there? No. So it is once the data available, what to do with the data? It is not for a report to see how much my plant is just generated today or by end of the month, how much it is generated. But it is important to analyze and tell. Is every inverter, say for example, 50 megawatt plant, is every inverter generating as expected? Is my plant generating every day as expected as per today's radiation details? So the expected generation and actual generation comparison result is a must, and that should be done by a machine, not every day, by an engineer, which is impossible because to work in a remote places, getting a talented engineer is very difficult. And you cannot be asking them to collect the data and note down and send the report. They will be bored with the monotonous work. So something can be done by a machine, That's where I feel data analytics play a vital role in terms of automation of performance of the plant, each equipment, and so look at, for example, 100 megawatt plant. I was looking at what is the cost of say even 99% uptime many inverter suppliers provide. When it's 100 megawatt plant, 100 inverter, one day, one inverter can be down, that is 1%. So if you look at that, the ability of engineer to check that day, by end of the day, if you check that inverter is down, it is not worth. Look at the loss, what you accumulate. I calculated approximately for a year, if not detecting the inverter failure on time, you may lose around 30 to 40 lakhs rupees for 100 megawatt of a plant. And dedicated to engineer doing it, it is a waste of natural resources. Then SCADA is a must, where it can detect and give an alert. One is, if I have a plant, I should know, is it working? Yes, it is working. So if it is not working, it should send an alert to the person who is responsible to fix it. So that's where SCADA can send you an alert, and the corresponding people can take action, not like end of the day you report it is not working. And then the generation also, you have to compare inverter over inverter. Some inverter may be having not good air circulation and inverters are getting heated up, yield will be lower compared to others. So analytics will help you to rank the inverter every day. This is the best performing inverter. This is the worst performing inverter. After normalizing the DC load capacity, then you will know who is the best inverter, what are the reasons. The reason may be many, including maybe that day the model cleaning happened in that area. That is one of it. All the strings are working. So how do you detect the strings are failing? So it is maybe for smaller plant, we have a string monitoring also. That will tell you which is the string not working, so the technician can go and attend it immediately. Otherwise, there is a method. Look at 1 megawatt will have around 150 strings. Can you ask a technician to go with a clamp meter and check what is the current? He may check it and tell this is okay, but if it goes, then immediately it breaks down. Then when it will attend again? So 160, even you take 1 minute per string, it will take 160 minutes. It is humanly impossible for a 10 megawatt or 50 megawatt manually check the string current. So it is very important to have the SCADA, which captures the data accurately and analytics and throws out the error and the breakdowns, so that action can be taken immediately to reduce the losses. I feel it plays a very important role. It reduces the manpower, and all the experts sitting in the headquarters can look at the summarized report, and we take the expert input for possible reason of the breakdown and the possibility. Say for example, if inverter temperature rising up, and we should alert them in advance, otherwise it may break down. So these are the things I think is coming up, and we are also trying to build a lot of analytics that will tell what is your on-site team to do next day PM activities to reduce the losses, to improve the plant yield. These are the things I think is possible. I think many companies are coming up. Enerman, we have all the product and features to do this. Any
Thanks a-
specific questions, Santosh, I can answer on that.
Thanks a lot, Ashok. So I had one, and the remaining, I think the audience will anyway post it, and I'll bring it up at the tail end of the session. But the one I had was that artificial intelligence is supposedly being used for data analytics quite a lot these days. So are you also doing something in that area?
Yes, we are using AI and ML based lot of say algorithms available. We'll run on them, and that throws out a very good accurate data for us. We also do energy prediction. Otherwise, the penalty for every state government trying to bring the penalty on the energy scheduling. So we developed a forecasting tool, which is part of our tool, and it can interface to SLDC and tell, and it can manually override 15 times in a day, where you can check with weather data accurately on the site team and change the your prediction. That also we provide. We use yes, AI and ML.
Great. Fantastic to know that. Thanks for that.